And welcome back to a new topic here. We are going to be talking about innovation, and it is something that all businesses are turning to lure customers and, more importantly these days, earn money. Earlier today, I had a chance to speak with Dr. Meyerson of IBM to discuss how businesses can innovate themselves out of this recession. Dr. Meyerson, thank you for joining us. You are an inventor, you are an innovator. Why so important at this time, in this economic downturn, to be innovative?
For the simple reason that the economic downturn will not last forever. Frankly, it will turn. It'll turn very rapidly. And I don't know about you, but I don't predict those turns that accurately that I would dare to stop innovating and hope that when the downturn happened, I could start up again. So what you do is you basically need to continue to innovate so that when that turn happens, you have all these hot ideas that you can run with immediately, and you basically leave behind those who stopped. It's that simple.
So you see this period as a real opportunity, a time to get to work, kind of step back and maybe be prepared to jump forward. What exactly are you talking about when you say innovation?
Innovation is, putting it quite simply, the sort of thing where when you show it to the intended audience, you leave them all barefoot. You just blow their socks off. It's something that is such an epiphany, so eye-opening, that they look at it, shake their heads and go, wow, I should have thought of that. It's so wondrous, obvious. That kind of an innovation, that kind of an invention is what really sets the world on fire.
And you're talking about the business model, but you say on a personal level as well, this could be a time to be maybe a bit more inventive.
Absolutely. Just staying with what you had, especially if, frankly, it isn't cutting the economic mustard, that isn't a plan. You have an opportunity here because the world is in a downturn, clearly, to go through a reinvention cycle and say, look, this is what I'm really extraordinarily good at. Why don't I focus my efforts there and see if I can actually leverage those to create the next big thing?
A lot of people sit back and think to themselves, boy, that would be a great idea. Or they have an idea, they think, we should do that. How do you go from the idea stage to the real actualization stage?
The first and foremost step is stop trying to convince other people it's a great idea so that they'll do it, and do it yourself. The bottom line is you have to step up and own it, because if you don't step up and own it, nobody is going to believe in your idea. And the second thing is find the people who complete what you want done. In other words, you're not the only smart person in the universe. You have to get over that and go find other people who give you a full set of the skills you need to get the job done. And if you get those two things right, the third will follow, which is success.
And innovation can be a real life-saving enterprise for some small businesses who might be struggling. That just being a bit more innovative or inventive can take a small business and transform it into a real player in the global marketplace. And there are probably many examples of where that happened.
There can. Think about it. If you look at something like Facebook, which everybody's now heard of, if you look at the day they started and go forward, let's say 18 months, they went from 0 to 20 million users in 18 months. Basically, what enables that is technology. And if you think about some of the more recent inventions, things like cloud computing, they really enable a small business to go global. You basically have put all of the information technology assets you need out on the World Wide Web. So a small business with a great idea can actually take it to a global marketplace just by leveraging tools on the web instead of having to build its own IT department.
And downturns in the economy or depressions, recessions can be a real time for innovation historically, haven't they?
Yes, they have. You look at the Great Depression, things didn't just stop then. In fact, the car radio came out of that. Chocolate chip cookies, the Monopoly game, I mean, the sublime to the whatever. The bottom line is that when you have an acceptance that things must change, that is a tremendous opportunity to innovate and leverage that.
I don't know how we can possibly top the chocolate chip cookie, but hopefully somebody will come up with something even more delicious. Look, Dr. Meyerson, thank you so much for coming in and talking with us about innovation and invention at this time. Thank you.